Looks like we're good. Sorry, folks. Hello, guys and gals of the internet. Long time no see. 7 chaos of YouTube. And say hello to my new camcorder. The Sony CX330E, I believe the version's called. It's a camcorder, so unlike my other camera, which was one of those bridge type things, I actually got a camcorder this time around. Which means one thing, I am back and I'll be able to do these channel updates and my other series, the 7 Chaos Reviews and the 7 Chaos Previews, back live, talking to you guys in front of this camera. The 7 Chaos Previews and the 7 Chaos Reviews will be coming back in January of next year. The reason I've not really done one is since August is basically because I've been all caught up in this channel reboot and having a bunch of videos to upload, and you know, it's just all gone on top of me. The hardcore gaming season just kicked off and I've been uploading and removing certain videos as well. It's been all over the place and I completely lost track of my my vlog series, so decided not really to do them until next year. And they look pretty good. This camcorder look good. It's obviously going to be on YouTube where I actually figured out what this is about, but hopefully it comes out good. Anyway, so those series will be making a return in 2015. 7 Chaos Previews, I think, will return in February, I believe, with the Order 8086, the week that comes out. And 7 Chaos Reviews, I can't give a timestamp because, well, probably when I've actually completed the Order 8086, to be fair, but wow, I've had a very hard year in other streams as well, so that's kind of why I've lost track of most things. I mean, only this morning I thought my PSN Sony network account had been hijacked and I wasn't going to get back in there, but luckily I rang Sony this morning and that seems to be resolved. So everything's been happening to me recently, and plus with the uploads and stuff as well, so you know, it's been kind of all over the place. I kind of lost track of my my other series I was supposed to be doing on camera, which hopefully I won't be so caught up in things that I'll be able to bring them back next year, which I should be able to do. So that's good news. But yeah, most of the stuff in 7 Chaos Previews, in a sense, actually was mostly sport games, and I tend not to talk about those because how can you do a sports game? I mean, what's the preview about a sports game but it's come out like every bunch of other times the sports games come out? It's the same stuff, pretty much. Only in certain instances would I kind of preview a sports game. If it was something kind of completely new, like NHL, for instance, first time on the next generation of consoles, WWE, I probably would have done one. But I didn't have I had a camera, but I think most of my, I think I lost my memory card for it recently, so anyway, enough about stupid stuff. Yeah, so I'll be using this camera mostly for vlogging, basically. You know, if me and Tom would ever go on trips, or like what I'm doing right now with channel updates and the reviews and the previews, what I'll do with those is put them in their own separate playlists. Because what I used to do way back when was, this was actually before the one channel layout thing, I used to actually put the 7 Chaos Previews as the main video for the whole entire week until the next one came out. And then YouTube changed its layout, so obviously I can't do that anymore. So what I'm going to have to do now is probably put those series in their own little playlist, you know. Do a 7 Chaos Previews playlist and have all the previews from next year till whenever. And then do the same with the reviews and do the same with the channel updates. Release the unboxings, it depends. I don't think I'm going to do every unboxing for every game because, let's face it, cases have really gone green now. You know, there's barely anything in them. The only reason I'll really do that is for like limited editions or special editions of games, like my Halo Master Chief, for instance. You know, that came with a bunch of stuff, so that's probably when I'll be doing those. On very rare occasions, I may be doing playthroughs with this. You see, I've recorded the TV a couple of times. It seems to come out well, but it'll be very rarely. It'll be like times like, say, PlayStation Now in the UK's out, and the game is Resident Evil 2. Now, here's what I'm thinking: the HDCP obviously would probably have to be turned on for PlayStation Now. I don't know. This could be speculation, but this is just an instance. Say I need the HDCP turned on for to play Resident Evil 2, and Resident Evil 2's out, and I want to do a playthrough, but I can't do it with my Elgato or whatever. I do actually remember, I think Darcy Phil tried to do Resident Evil 2, and he did it with his the HDCP at least turned on, but what seemed to happen for some reason, I don't know what he was using, but I think what happened was the screen kept fuzzing out. You know when you get like a bad signal and the screen just goes white and it was all fuzzy? That's what seemed to be hindering Phil's playthrough in some instances. A couple of times during the video it just seemed to do that. So I don't know what that was about. Maybe his Elgato, maybe his direct capture device was crashing, I don't know. But yeah, there was real problems with some cases trying to bypass that and do that. A lot of people have figured it out, but I don't want to put myself through that. You know, I'm learning enough just with direct capture and doing minimal video editing and stuff like that. So one at a time, one at a time. So yeah, it'd be very rare occasions where this records for playthroughs. It'll be very rare though, so don't worry. It's not going to be like I'm going to be mixing and matching playthroughs with different things. What's the point? So it's only when I can't really use my direct capture to play through something that I'm going to use this to do it. And Resident Evil 2, like I said, one of my favorite games of all time, so I think I have to do that regardless of whether it's HD PVR, direct capture or digital camera. I have to do that regardless. So it'll be rare, but it'll be only if like certain circumstances are not liable for direct capture, move to something else. And I have this as a backup. But this will mostly be for vlogs or whatever. You know, it's not going to be a permanent thing. What's the point? You know, I got direct capture, which gives me the best quality video, and the microphone, which gives me a better form of commentary. So, well, at least I think so. I don't know. You guys out there, let me know on that one. But yeah, what's the point of downgrading the quality for no reason? I mean, the only reason, like I said, it'll only be really special circumstances that I'll be recording with this thing for playthrough purposes. But it'll be very, very rare. Say I got a GameCube and I want to play Sonic Adventure 1. Say I haven't done that yet. I have already done that, but obviously you can't record with an Elgato and a GameCube. So, well, I can't figure it out anyway. Some people probably already have, but I don't want to fuck up for such a complicated setup. That's where direct capture would really get complicated for me. So I'll probably just take the easy route and just do it with a digital camera, like the camcorder. But it will be very, very rare, so don't really worry about it too much. It's not going to be like, oh, he's downgrading his quality. Why? It's like, no, all I'm doing is saying that in only special circumstances will I be using this camera, this camcorder. So it'll be also bad for vlogs, but now I can actually be here and I can actually talk to you live about stuff. And the good thing is I'm actually looking at myself because I actually got one of those flip camcorders that you can actually see yourself, so I can actually see what I'm doing, which is good. Hopefully this will come out alright on YouTube. I know the quality won't be the best, but it's probably the best way I'm going to be able to do it because, like I said, I've had a lot of problems with webcams, especially on my old desktop. I don't know how it would be with my new one, but you know, this camcorder is nice. It looks pretty good. I've actually had a couple of tests, you know, not uploading it, but I've had a couple of tests just seeing what it's like, and it's actually a lot better than the first time I actually bought a camcorder, because that's what I originally wanted to get a camcorder for. I saw Samuel's Games actually recording with one, and his videos looked excellent despite the camcorder, but I bought a shitty one. I bought a Panasonic one, I think, so that's probably explained it already. And I've kind of worked out the best way to like brightness and such in such situations, so as long as I work that out. But like I said, for game playthroughs it's going to be very rare, so you'll just have to deal with the dip in quality a very rare number of times. But, you know, like I said, don't really worry about it. It's mostly for vlogging in very like rare instances. I mean, PlayStation Now isn't even out yet over here, and I don't know what games it'll come with, so I suppose I should really wish you a Merry Christmas, I guess, even though it's like 3 weeks early. Because I don't know when I'll be next talking to you guys. 2015 is going to be wild. I actually watched the PlayStation Experience today. It was alright. There was nothing really like exceptional on there. Well, most of it was actually, to be fair. I mean, the first thing they did was Uncharted 4. It looks gorgeous. It looks beautiful. No mention of an Uncharted trilogy remake though, which kind of has me worried because I haven't played the first of the Uncharted yet, and I don't really want to get a PlayStation 3 just to play 3 games. You know what I mean? If I was to get a PlayStation 3 back, I'd play more than those 3 games. I'd want to, but the Uncharted series is kind of what I'm way behind on, and I kind of regret that. You know, when Uncharted 1 to 3 was hot, I didn't have a PS3 at the time. I stuck with a 360 for a very long time before converting to a PS3, as you know. I only got to the PS3 in the final year of its life cycle, if you like, before the PlayStation 4 came out. So I didn't really bother with doing those. I wanted to do Uncharted, I did. I actually did a full playthrough of Uncharted 1 and then half of Uncharted 2, but then never uploaded it because by then I was switching cable providers and doing all this stuff, and I probably would have had to take it down anyway due to the channel reboot, because that's kind of what the idea was behind it. Like delete probably about 85% of the footage I already had on there, aside from other stuff like special playthroughs like Sonic Marathon and Metal Gear Solid and FIFA. That was the only ones, the playlists of the classic stuff I left on there. So Uncharted probably would have been deleted anyway, unless I actually decided to keep Uncharted. I probably would have done actually, because Uncharted was would have been a unique playthrough. I actually very much enjoyed playing the Uncharted games for what I did, but I never did a full playthrough of Uncharted 3. So I probably would have kept the Uncharted ones there anyway, to be fair, just in case. But then if there was like a remake for PS4, I would have done it then, so it doesn't really matter. I would have just restarted those. It probably would have been no fun, because it would have been my second playthrough, but there you go. I'm doing like my 5th playthrough of The Walking Dead Season 1 right now, so... what else in 2015? What else did it show? One interesting thing was actually Ultra Street Fighter 4 finally coming out for the PlayStation 4. I don't know if it's coming out for the Xbox One, but I'm probably going to buy it for the PlayStation 4, and here's why. I'm not really a big fan of the PlayStation 4's controller for fighting games, but the reason I'm doing that is because the Street Fighter 5 is going to be a PlayStation 4 exclusive, supposedly. Correct me if I'm wrong, but it did look like it was going to be exclusively on PS4, and I'm like, wow, what a steal from Sony. You know, to steal a multi-platform game and have it exclusively, the 5th version on the PS4, that's a steal for Sony. So obviously the Xbox One is not doing well. I mean, that is like reason number 1. But then that's probably going to get Ultra Street Fighter 4 anyway, but who knows. But I'm definitely going to get that for the PS4 this year, or next year rather. What else did they do? I think they did on Tearaway, which would be for Lady Tomo, because she likes those. I think the only thing of real notice after that was Final Fantasy VII finally getting a re-release. People have been crying out for a Final Fantasy VII game for years now. And they're finally doing it, it seems. Will I be playthroughing that? Absolutely not. Because, and here's why. I have played Final Fantasy VII before, and I did enjoy it, but it's one of those really long, drawn-out RPG games. And not to say I don't like them, and commentary, like, it's not like an open world game. Like, commentary would be actually really good, because there'd be stuff happening all the time, so there wouldn't be out of things to talk about, I wouldn't be talking about it for 10 minutes. But I really struggled. I really got to, like, I think it was disc 3, and then got stuck, and then never played it again. So I still don't know the whole thing with Final Fantasy VII. I haven't seen the ending or anything like that. I may do. I may change my mind. I might try that. I might give that a go. So we'll see. We'll see when I get there. So I guess that's it for 2015 at the moment. There's other games coming out that I don't know, maybe I'll pick up later. Order 86 obviously coming out on my birthday. And there's about another Splatoon could be coming out. Uncharted obviously. Maybe a Zelda game, maybe. You know, we're very, very, very scarce when it comes to 2015 in games right now, so I can't really talk about most of what's coming out. But I know we did MLB 15 the show. I might do that, I might not, because I already did some footage of 14 the show, but I never really delved into it. See, I never really did most of the footage I wanted to do this year. So I need to get my head down and actually start uploading some stuff. Stuff going on right now, I think. Obviously, this video will follow the next 2 parts. Actually, I think there will be 4 or 3 of the WWE 2K15 2K Showcase playthrough for the rivalry for CM Punk and John Cena. So this video will be following that. The Walking Dead will still go up. I haven't actually finished that yet. I'm going to finish Season 1 and start Season 2. PC playthroughs. That's another thing I'm going to mention. Tales of the Borderlands and Game of Thrones. The 2 new games that have been made by Telltale Games. Yes, I will be playing them. They might be a bit later though, because I think what I'm going to do, I did try to record Tales of Borderlands like how I used to when I first started this direct capture with my PC. But I kept noticing that the start of each video would just cut and it would just not do anything. It would just freeze on a screen whilst I kept going and kept talking. But it would just freeze on the screen. So I think that was I think it was going to be a problem just doing that. So I don't know whether it was just the PC or just the fact that it's doing so much at once and it can't handle it. So I will be getting possibly a laptop maybe in the next few months. I know Lady Tomwood's getting a new one as well, so I'm probably going to get one around there. And obviously I'll get Lady Tomwood some direct capture stuff so she can start doing videos again, because the last thing she did was Mario Kart 8 back in May. And she hasn't done anything since. It's not that she doesn't have the knack for it. I think there just hasn't been much stuff for her to record. You know, she really focuses on co-op stuff exclusively. But I think it would be nice for her to do direct capture as well. It doesn't really feel right, me having the best quality and Lady Tomwood having to lower herself to a camera. It doesn't seem fair. So obviously when she gets a laptop, I'll get some stuff for her. I'll probably get the HD60, you know, get the best one. Why not? I'm alright with mine. You know, it doesn't do 60 frames per second, but who cares? I don't really care about 1080p and 60 frames per second that much. Everybody makes a big fuss about it. Like, I think there was this review and it's like, oh, the game's stuck to 30 frames per second. It's like, who cares? It's a game. As long as someone enjoys the game. I mean, it is a graphical world out there today. A lot of gamers are really up on their graphics, and it's like, I look at them like, why? It's a game. You know, you got to enjoy the game for what it is, not because it's not 60 frames per second or not 1080p. Who cares, dude? It's a video game. You know, why does it have to be pristine quality instead of just focusing on the game for what it is and enjoying it for what the game is rather than what the game looks like, dude? It's insane, but there you go. Alright guys, I think I am going to wrap this up because I've been talking for too long. I don't even know how long this video is going because I turned off the display settings because it was getting in the way a bit. It was a bit distracting, but obviously I'll get used to this camera. Obviously I'll have to work out the kinks later. Obviously, probably it'll be the last channel date of the year. Obviously I'll put the channel and dates in the wrong playlist too, so. Alright, I think that's pretty much it. Sorry I waffled on there. It's been a while since I've done this. I've got to get back into the swing of things and making these shorter than fucking 40 minutes. No, I'm kidding. So I guess that's it for this first vlog with my new camcorder. I hope it does turn out well, and I hope I was informative enough and made enough sense in this first video. And I will see you in the next one soon. Peace.